Lesson 1.2, Complex Fractions and Unit Rates. Fractions like 20 over 1/2 are called complex fractions. Complex fractions are fractions with a numerator, denominator, or both that are also fractions. Complex fractions are simplified when both the numerator and denominator are integers. So a complex fraction is a fraction within a fraction. So if we look at a few examples here, if we look at letter A, we have 2 and 2/3. Okay? So again, to simplify a complex fraction, we take numerator divided by denominator. So I would have 2 divided by 2/3. Okay? When we divide fractions, we have to have fractions, or mixed numbers need to be improper fractions, so I put 2 over 1. Then when we divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal, so we have 2 over 1 times 3 over 2. And then I multiply straight across, or I can cross simplify, so I know that my 2's, I can take a 2 out and they both become 1. So I multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1, which simplifies down to 3. If we look at example B, we have 6 and 1/3. So again, I take my numerator divided by my denominator. And again, I have to have fractions, so I put my 6 over 1. To divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. And I can't cross simplify, so I multiply straight across. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1, which simplifies down to 18. Okay? Example E, Mr. Ido is spreading mulch in his yard. He spreads 4 2/3 square yards in 2 hours. How many yards can he mulch per hour? Okay, so they're asking yards per hour. So when I go to set up my ratio, I need to make sure I have my yards in the numerator, my hours in the denominator. So they tell me that he can do 4 2/3 yards in 2 hours. Okay, so again, when I have my complex fraction, to simplify any fraction, we take numerator divided by denominator. So we have 4 2/3 divided by 2. I have to have improper fractions and fractions. So to make 4, I need to make 4 2/3 as an improper fraction. So we take 4 times 3, which is 12, add 2, which is 14/3, divided by 2 over 1. When I divide fractions, I multiply by the reciprocal. So 14 over 3 times 1/2. Again, we can cross simplify, or we can multiply straight across. Well, I know I can take a 2 out of 2 and 14. Then I multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. Then I'm going to change 7/3 into a mixed number to make sure I can't simplify it any farther. So 3 goes into 7 2 times. Then I'd have 1/3 left. And I can't simplify 1/3. So Mr. Ido can spread 2 1/3 yards per hour. Okay, example F. Aubrey can walk 4.5 miles in 1 1/2 hours. Find her average speed in miles per hour. So again, I want miles per hour. I need miles in the numerator, hours in the denominator. So they tell me she can go 4.5 miles in 1.5 hours. Again, when I simplify a complex fraction, I take numerator divided by denominator. I need to make my mixed numbers improper fractions. So 4.5 would become 9/2. And then 1 1/2 would be 3/2. When I divide, I multiply by the reciprocal. So 9/2 times 2/3. Again, we can cross simplify, and you don't have to. And then I multiply straight across. I simplify it down to 3. So Aubrey can walk 3 miles per hour. Okay, so again, when we simplify complex fractions, numerator divided by denominator. When we divide, we multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take percents and make them fractions. So if we look at number 5, a county sales tax is 6 2/3%. Write the percent as a fraction in simplest form. So when we write fractions or ratios, it's always part over whole. So we have 6 2/3, so that's the part of the percent we have, over our complete percent, which is 100. Okay, so now we have created a complex fraction again. So we take numerator divided by denominator. Again, we have to have improper fractions and fractions. So 6 2/3 turns into 20 over 3, divided by 100 over 1. To divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we have 20 over 3 times 1 over 100. Again, we can simplify. And then I would multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 5 is 15. So 6 2/3% is the same thing as 1/15 as a fraction.